Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. All right, today we're doing something a little different, okay? Normally I'm not one to give out my opinion on things very much or try to sell something or tell people which way to go and what direction and what their purchases are. All I'm trying to do is kind of like showcase some of the stuff that's out there and what I use it for, okay? And that's really it. And if there's some value in that for you, that's great. So today what I want to do is I'm going to pattern a 590A1 with some buckshot, and I'm going to pattern a 930, all right, with the same rounds. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm seeing so much talk about, there's so many different opinions on the results you're going to get. Oh, if you change the barrel in the same gun, same ammo, you're going to get different results, this and that. Well, I'm tired of reading about it. I just want to go out and test it for myself, and I want to share the results with you. So whatever it's going to be, that's what it's going to be. So beans at times are tough right now. I've only had the opportunity to get 2 different types of buckshot at the moment. They're not like, well, one is a defensive round. It is the, oh, what is it? It's the Herter's. It is the Herter's Royal Buck. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the Rio Royal Buck. It's a 2 3/4. The reason I got this one is because for the FPS, it's the closest you can get to what the Army uses, that Winchester stuff, which is 13 1/4. This is 1345 feet per second, 9 pellet buckshot and 2 3/4. That's why I went with this one. I couldn't find anything else closer to what the Army issues. And the reason I'm doing that, not because the Army uses the best ammo, it's just I'm using an Army gun. So why not, right? It's all for fun anyhow. So please stay tuned, check it out, and let's see what those results are. All right, guys, I hope it shows up. All I did was take a piece of white butcher paper, put it on my target stand here, and I marked it 5, 10, 15. That's the distances I'll be shooting at. I already got them marked out. So I'm just gonna leave the camera running and leave it mounted right here to where you can see the impacts as they happen. And then when it's time to switch target, I'll do that. So stand by. So this first iteration is going to be that Herter's stuff, or I'm sorry, the Rio, and then I'll switch to the Herter's stuff, and I'll tell you more about it here in just a second. All right, so what do you think? That's the 15-yard group. Obviously, it's different than the 5-yard group. I believe the wad went right after the pellets or the shot. Looks like this is the wad down here. And I don't see the wad on the 15. Probably flew off to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's not bad. For reference, I'll put my hand up there. And I've heard of people talking about the 1 pellet flyer. So that's probably it right there. It seems like it's holding pretty tight. Obviously, this is just one shot. Now I'm going to set you up on the next target right behind me here, and then we'll do the same thing, but with the Herter's ammunition. And I believe it's on the same level as far as quality goes. The rounds look very much similar. I don't think there's any high-speed technology behind it as far as the wad or anything like that, something that you might find in a Federal or Winchester round. But let's see what we got on this one here. So stand by. All right, here we are on the second target. Same thing, 5, 15, 10. So like I said, very similar to the other cartridge we were using. But, you know, they're both very much on the cheap side. So we'll see what kind of results we get here. All right, guys, so I hope that comes out well. 15 yard, it's a bigger spread. It's definitely a bigger spread than the first group, or the first ammunition there. That's on the 15 yarder here. Okay, can you see that there? Yeah. And then super tight on the 5 rounder, or on the 5 yards. The 10 down here, it looks a lot like the 15 yard. So it seems like it's, that herder stuff is real tight in the beginning, and then it might just go to crap and open wide up. I don't know if that's what it's intended to do. Now, if you're looking for consistency, I'd probably stick to the Rio stuff here. I know that's definitely the cheap ammo out there right now, but it seems like it opened up maybe as it should, as you know, as I step out in the distance. So the Rio for me on this one takes the cake. Let me put up some new paper, and then we'll get on to it with the 930. All right, same drill. I'm just gonna do it with the Mossberg 930. I'm just gonna let it run the whole time. I'm gonna do 5, 10, 15 with the Rio, and then I'll move to this side over here with the herders. Same thing, 5, 10, 15. So stay by. All right, so very similar results, I would say. Like I said, I don't know what I was expecting, but it seems to be performing the same. So I'm not trying to bust myths or anything, but, and I understand how barrels might change things and stuff like that, but from 5 to 15, it seems to me that it's going to be a lot more up to the performance of the ammunition versus, you know, anything else really. Right here, let's pan down here, 5 yards. I mean, that is tight in my opinion, as it should be at 5 yards. Wad went through the same hole as the 9 shots of, or the 9 pellets. Move on over to 10. Although this one down here could be a flyer from the 5, not certain. The wad 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it seems like that's that one flyer you get from the 5 yard. 10 yard looks, you know, solid. Comparison, that's my hand. 5 yards, pretty much the size of my open hand. 15, a little strange. It seems to have even gotten tighter. There's no wad punching through the paper over here, so the wad at that range is already going off to the distance. Here's your one flyer, I guess, that I've heard people talking about. But that's, in my opinion, that is a pretty tight group. I mean, that's covering the size of my fingers minus the flyers, right? So that's pretty, I don't know. I guess that would be the inconsistencies of, you know, going with something like more of an inexpensive ammo. Although, no, I mean, it's cheap. They put the stamp of defensive on there, so it is what it is. Herders, nice and tight at 5 yards here. If you see that, just barely covers everything. The wad goes right through it. Move down to, oh, check that out. That's pretty cool. Can you see this here? The wad hit the post back here, bounced off. So you got the wad impact down here on the 10 yard. A little bit larger than my hand. 15 over here. Looks like this would be the wad, and that's quite large. That's more than, I would say, a foot in diameter of a spread at 15 yards. So, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not one to give recommendations or anything like that, but you know, if you're gonna have a gun and an optic and all that stuff, and you've spent the money, it's not anything to grab a piece of cardboard and pattern your shotgun or zero your rifle or your red dots or on your pistols or whatever you got. It's just getting familiar with your firearm. So, you know, I would definitely recommend that you go out and spend a little bit of time doing maybe the not so sexy type shooting that you see on the other platforms. You know, people running around super fast and shot clock and this and that. But get to know your ammunition and the capabilities of your firearms, and then of course, you know, get to know the capabilities of yourself and what to expect and what is a reality for you and your weapon system of whatever you're choosing is. So I hope that helped. Like I said, this is my first time patterning, really taking out my shotguns and patterning them, seeing where they're at. Hopefully in the future I can get some different types of ammunition, but you know, as things move along and progress with the ammunition shortage right now, hopefully that'll happen sooner than later, but we'll see. But this is what I got, and it's available, and now I know where I sit with my ammunition. If it comes down to it, if I had to choose one, I'm gonna go with the Rio. I've got equal amounts of both, but I'm gonna go with the Rio just as it seems a little bit more on the consistent side. So stay tuned for some more great footage, more great videos, and I hope you like, and this is helping somebody out there get familiar with their stuff and their equipment, and if anything, just motivate people to get outside and go shoot and have a good time. So please stay safe, and thanks a lot for watching. Bye.